Hey guys, this is Zrave. I'm making a video about a new direction I'm taking the tank build. When I first wrote my guide for MMO Champ and the other forums, I talked about how once you reach the end game and you get the end game gear, you're not confined to building the tank, just survive, max HP build anymore. You can actually start doing a lot of cool stuff. Right now I'm still working my way up there. I'm getting a lot of gear. Right now my DPS is at 41k, and I'll show you how I got that in just a second. So as you may notice, I've also changed one of my skills. I finally felt comfortable putting Wrath of the Berserker on my bar. Furious Charge was here before, and Furious Charge is amazing. It gives you so much sustain just from being able to kite, and also full heal whenever you need to. However, once your DPS exceeds, say, 30k or 35k or something like that, once it's high, when you pop the Wrath of the Berserker, you're going to kill the elite pack before it expires, and that it's priceless. Like, obviously there's a 2-minute downtime after that, so it's still a liability in that respect, but being able to kill the elite pack within 15 seconds is lots of fun. It's fast, and it's also really effective. So I've been playing with this build a lot. I've cut down my farm time from the Cydaea Azmodan run from 30 minutes to 20, just because, well, obviously I've increased my DPS a lot. It was I was doing it in 30 minutes when I had 17k, so now it's more than doubled. I've also changed one of my passives. I dropped Tough as Nails for Ruthless, and the reason for this is two reasons. First of all, crit hit chance and crit hit damage is the core reason like that my DPS is so high, and they both work. I mean, obviously if you're gonna do a crit build, you want to have both, because the more often you crit and the bigger the crits, like those two things go hand in hand. So if you're critting a lot and for a lot, it's tons of damage. And some people ask me, oh, why not use Berserker Rage? And it's a simple reason, actually. Like, if I don't have Wrath of the Berserker up, Berserker Rage is better by about 5% or so in terms of max DPS. But when I have Wrath of the Berserker up, the way this game models different abilities that give you damage increase, they adds them together. So when I popped Insanity here, my damage would be increased by 125% instead of 100. Proportionally, the increase is a lot smaller than when I don't have Wrath up. So with Wrath up, I want to have Ruthless. I've checked the DPS. It's like I want to say a 10%, 5% increase or something like that for having the Ruthless instead of the Berserker. And then on top of that, there's all the situations where your Berserker Rage, you might not have the full Fury bar, you know, that kind of stuff. For me, it was an easy choice. I want to be able to kill the pack within the Insanity, and Ruthless is the one that's going to give me the most firepower for that. I'm also I've been trying to get an axe or a mace so that I can drop Nerves of Steel and go Weapon Master for another 10% critical hit chance. Like I said, you definitely want to stack as much critical hit chance as you can and as much critical hit damage in every way that you can. Once you do both, your DPS goes through the roof. There's a picture of a Korean guy going around the internet, tanky like me, but he has like 60-something% chance to crit and 500 or 600 chance increased critical hit damage. So his base DPS, just sitting around in town without any buffs, is 120k. And I think he went overboard on it. Like, he really sacrificed his health and everything else. Maybe he just kills stuff so fast that it doesn't matter. But I'd rather be able to actually still survive the pack, so which I can with this build. If you watched my EHP calculator video with my current gear, which I'm going to show you right now, I have 1.7 million EHP. Just under what I'd like. I think 2 million is the sweet spot, but I kill stuff so fast that I'm able to fully exploit the leap, ignore pain, leap combo, where I'm taking a lot less damage during 15 seconds in a row. So the the stuff is dead before my cooldowns are expired, right? All right, so I'm going to show you my gear. This is also is going to count as a gear guide in terms of what I'm wearing right now. This is my sword. It's still, I mean, I want to replace this because I want to get the weapon master, but it's still working out okay. Has a lot of strength, a lot of vitality, and the gem, I'm still, I mean, I need to improve that gem, but the point is, if I had an axe that had critical hit damage naturally plus a socket, I could get a huge boost to my total critical hit damage, which would drastically increase my DPS. On top of that, being an axe, I would get 10% critical hit chance from Weapon Master. It would be amazing to do the switch. I'm just having trouble finding a good one on the auction house. I don't know. It's a tricky thing, but I'll eventually find one. I'm also using the 2 set of Blackthorn now. I got these boots here. Movement speed is a pretty good ability to get, even though it's not the main focus on the Barb, and it's not going to help you on the tactical fighting as much. It brings your speed up to monster speed, so you can actually keep away from them without them catching up, and then every time you leap, you're gaining, right? You break away from them and can de-aggro that way. Also has a pretty high resist. I'm kind of short on resist. I'll show you here. So I'm around 900 resists. I would prefer to increase this a little bit, but I can't really. There's too much stuff I gotta work on in terms of itemization. I picked up a new shield. The super tanky one is in the bank now, just waiting for its turn. But critical hit chance increased by 10% is completely sick. See, DPS 41k. I pull this off. DPS goes down to 35k. So this critical hit chance 10% is massive increase. It also has a lot of vitality. It's a very good tanking shield. I recommend that you look for something kind of like this in terms of critical hit chance. So you want to. There's only so many pieces you can get critical hit chance, and the shield is one of them. For this reason, I think that until the very late end game super mega gear, this setup with a sword and shield, or axe and shield, mace and shield, is going to be the best one, because the shield is going to give you a lot of defense and at the same time a lot of DPS. While if you try to dual wield, your DPS may be much higher, but you're going to lose so much armor and so much, the blocking and all that stuff, that it might not be as efficient. So now I'll show you some other pieces. Some of these you already know. My pants, vitality, resist all. It's a great tanking piece, but the lack of strength makes me want to replace it. I'm trying to increase my DPS more and more. My chest I've showed you as well. Super high health. Might not look that good, but okay. So you can see my maximum life here, 68k. If I pull this off, 48k. So this one piece of armor is giving me 20,000 hit points, which I mean, I don't think I need to explain to you how important that is. Here are my belt. Really good, super high strength. That's exactly what I wanted, and I made a video actually about this belt. Search for String of Ears on my YouTube channel. This is a new piece of bracers. I wanted to have one with critical hit chance to further maximize the strategy. The 5.5% is 0.5% off the max, but that's good enough for now. Has strength and vit and resist all. The magic find, actually, I like having that there. You can try to make your farm faster in 3 ways, right? You can either kill stuff faster, you can move from point to point faster, which is where the movement speed's coming in. This is actually like a deceptively good way of increasing your farm rate. Also, you can increase the drops from each time you kill a monster. So I'm trying to work all 3 angles here. I want to move fast, get to where I need to be fast, kill the stuff fast, and make it drop more. So if I can find pieces that have the stats that I need plus magic find in a way that I'm not gimping myself or sacrificing my combat effectiveness, then it's definitely something I'm going to value. I probably didn't pay anything extra for the magic find when I bought this. Like, I don't think it would have gone for much less if it didn't have it, but I'm certainly happy that it does have that. Okay, so now my rings. This one here is actually, it's good for the build because of the attack speed, but because attack speed's being nerfed, and also it doesn't directly stack with the crit hit chance and damage strategy. I'm going to look to replace this. The problem is if I take off this huge chunk of resist right now to just put another crit hit damage and crit hit chance ring, I just become way too squishy. So I need to be able to find something that's going to cover all of those, and that's going to be really expensive. On the other hand, I could probably sell this ring for a lot. So it's just having the availability and money to do it. This is another ring I'm using. I'm really happy about this one. It cost me only 5 million on the AH. So it has life on hit on ring, which I think 180 is actually a half decent roll. And crit chance and damage. They're not max rolls or anything, but they're decent. So this ring here, let's just see how much damage it gives me. Okay, so this is giving me like 5k damage plus the life on hit. Since I'm not using the gem on the weapon anymore, I needed to get life on hit somewhere, so this ring is helping me get there. This is my gloves from way back when. I don't think I'm going to be replacing these anytime soon. Like, anything better than this would cost so much money that I have better stuff to upgrade first. So these are my old shoulders too. Pretty standard. Big strength, like I taught in other videos. Like, you definitely want to get big strength on both your belt and your shoulders. I'm using a new helmet, and this one is I got it for like 3.5 million. Andaria's Visage with strength is the cheapest one, and but it's adding so much damage with the attack speed and the crit hit chance and the chunk of strength, of course. So like I'll show you here, 41k if I take it off, goes down to 33. So it's giving me 8k damage. It's pretty solid in that respect, but I'm concerned about how effective it will be when they nerf the attack speed. For that reason, I've already bought a new Helm of Command with crit hit chance. You can get crit hit chance on a Helm of Command almost as a dump stat. Like, people don't value the stat at all. But if you're gonna follow my strategy here, then you should try to find one as quickly as you can. I got this helm for 1 million gold. So it had the socket that I needed, it had the crit hit chance, and also, actually that last stat, increased gold and health pickup radius, is actually extremely important for this strat, and I'll explain in just a second. Right after I show you my last piece, which is a Blackthorn medal. I'm really happy about this one. It has crit hit damage 55%, so it's directly working into my strategy. Also is giving me my life on hit that I desperately need. Attack speed, which is going to get nerfed, but oh well. And life percentage, my one of the most undervalued stats. So, and also it's completing the 2 set with my boots, so I get 100 vitality from that. It's a good bonus. Alright, now I want to talk about the health pickup radius. When you jump into a pack of elites and you pop your Wrath of the Berserker, you're just trucking them, right? Like, they might put fire in the ground or whatever, and you don't care, because you got the leap armor. After the leap armor, you're going to pop Ignore Pain. After Ignore Pain, you're going to leap again. And you don't want to move, because that's a DPS loss. While you have your Wrath of the Berserker up, my damage goes over 100k, 100 and something. And I want to stand still and just truck them with my sword until they're dead, right? The problem is, once the elite pack goes to half health, they each drop a health globe. And that's going to stay on the ground inside of their body. And if you don't have health pickup radius on any of your pieces, you can't get that. Like, they're blocking you from getting that health that you desperately want to get. So with one piece of health pickup radius, you can pick it up without moving at all. Just continue to swing your axe. And yeah, so it's actually very important to have this. Right now I'm getting that from my shoulder. But if I have to replace my helmet, then it opens up my options for the shoulder. Because this is actually, like, it's a competent shoulder, but it's nothing amazing. Like, all the rolls could be higher. I could have one more stat in here, like health regen, or even dex, or armor, or whatever. Like, something like that. Anything would help me, right? This is just the basic. Okay, so I think that's all I wanted to talk about. I'm going to make a video tomorrow showing you my farm run and how much faster it is. Also, how cool it is to just be able to blow up elite packs. I'm still pretty tanky, and but yeah, that's the topic for another video. I hope you enjoy this new strategy. This is what you want to eventually build your tank warrior into as you get more gear, as you get more money. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching.